that apartment was empty up to last year 2023, the last time I spoke to the owner. All that time hajapata rent. 40% of these houses are vacant. Another 50% of the 60% remaining ni Airbnb, brothels ama hizo manyumba unazijua, na some shady activities. Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Mian. So today I want to react on a video done by NTV stating that why the video's title was why Kilimani, Kileleshwa and Parklands may turn out to be the next pipeline. And for those who are not aware, pipeline is like it's somewhere kuna kuanga na very poor living conditions especially kwa apartment buildings. Most of those apartment buildings break so many building codes unapata zimejengwa tu kienyeji tu. By the way, most of those houses ukiingia ground floor unapata zimejaa humidity, ziko na so much humidity, ziko na giza, kuna sunlight, so many issues so many issues on that. And so basically that is wakisema hivyo, perhaps I can see they have done a research, a good video on it. Let's react on it and hope tutasoma kitu.
City of Kenya, Nairobi, used to be regarded as the city under the sun, the capital city of Africa. Now, the city is a caricature of structures, a stark contrast of what it used to be back in the 70s and 80s. Kilimani, Kileleshwa, Lavington and Parklands used to be among the most prestigious addresses housing the elite dwellers of the city. They were out of reach for the middle class and the rest.
So Kilimani, Kileleshwa, Lavington is where the ultra, not the ultra middle class, not the middle class, the ultra middle class, wenye wako pale tu, wajakuwa ultra wealthy but wako hapo tu, tutawaita wealthy because kuna, but the rich, the rich of Kenyans walikuwa huko, and that's basically unapata wahindi wana biashara na nini, lakini mtu akidosika kabisa anahama anaenda Karen, Muthii, Runda, those very special areas. But the ultra, those are the ultras. But these rich guys wenye pengine watoto wao wadosi wako huko Kilimani, and someone who needs to be very near the town, be very near the town because si mbali, so it makes sense.
The one-time leafy suburbs are now slowly transforming into concrete jungles of high-rise apartment blocks. The Nairobi City Council initially categorized these areas as Zone 4. Non-building permits were granted beyond the 4th floor limit. When all that changed, nobody seems to know. Buildings here now scale up to 20 floors, some of them towering buildings that had been built in the area as per the provision of initial bylaws. I am on a spot check to get a feel of the estates that once characterized high-end living in Nairobi. This is Kilimani. Developers here have erected blocks and blocks comprising of nearly 200 units onto an acre's piece of land.
I won't say it's a problem. For me, it's not a problem having high-rise buildings because Sakaja even explained it very well.
The height restriction has been removed. We are going to go up even up until 25 floors. Kwa hizi manyumba tunajenga. Na watu wa Nairobi waelewe vizuri. Nairobi is 696 square kilometers. In 2050, Nairobi itakuwa na population ya 10.5 million people. Tutapanua Nairobi? Hapana. The only place we have to go is up. Hiyo ndo ardhi tumebaki nayo, hiyo ndo hewa tumebaki nayo.
That makes a lot of sense. My problem is how the quality of those houses. How good are they? Yani zimejengwa aje? The quality control is the issue, not those ati kukuwa na nyumba mingi za urefu. No one even cares about that.
I am ushered into one of the houses just to get a feel of Kenya's affluent living. The host does not wish to speak on
That's sarcastic.
camera. He says the recent crop of developers are ruthless and do not hesitate to cause harm when they feel provoked. Furthermore, They are looking to buy him and his neighbors out in order to build another apartment.
First of all, Kenya tuna shida because of those rogue characters. And then second, just check that window. As you can see, these are finished house. Na I assume there are occupants in that house. But angalia mpaka kuna simiti inaanguka kwa madirisha. Angalia hiyo mti iko hapo tu. Any mistake kako kamti kamove hivi kana kuchaka kama kameingia na hiyo dirisha. You can imagine the amount of money you have invested in such a house and then uishi in such conditions. Na hizi nyumba si cheap. By the way, when the offerings in these houses are quite astronomical. Hata sometimes nashindango ni aje. And majority of the buyers who buy here si Kikuyu because Kikuyu tunaamingi kashamba teri mchanga lazima tuone. Watu wanasemanga unanunua hewa, but I understand buying an apartment, mimi sina shida, but you can imagine buying an apartment and then years later ujipate in such a calamity. Wow, these are
Therefore, for the purposes of this story, we will call him Rishab. Here, Rishab
can see mpaka penye ameweka ofisi, anaweka ofisi ili apate sunlight, but hakuna sunlight.
and his family have to make do with natural sunlight only in their living room area.
So picture this. You live in an apartment in Nairobi's Lavington, Kileleshwa, Kilimani, or even Parklands areas. Your apartment is worth some 10, 15, or 20 million Kenyan shillings.
Do you know what 20 million can do here? Niko na apartment block moto.
Now it's some minutes to 3 p.m. The sun is shining. Let me show you how that bedroom looks like. A study room and even a bathroom. So this right here is someone's bedroom at 3 p.m. This is one of their washrooms. This one as well is a washroom. And let me show you a study room or a working area of some
by the ukirealize hii video iko nyuma na sound iko nyuma, video iko mbele. I try to get a good video nikakosa, yeah, even the one that they posted in the country.
In one of these houses in those areas that I've suggested. This is how it looks like. Let me show you something interesting as well. You see this right here. This is a wall to another 17-story building that's coming up. Have a look at this as well.
Now, this is the issue. Unaangalia, these are 3 houses. Zote zimepatana hapo. Zimepatana nyumba 3. So there are 3 houses zimepatana hivi. So hawajapatiana space ya jua. Basically ni jua na room, unaona? So what happens in such a case, unadidimisha the value of the house because who will buy this house? Assuming huyu mtu ameshanunua hii nyumba, nani atanunua hii nyumba in future ukitaka kuiuza, and the conditions already are bad. So the idea ni unaacha space. You leave space in between these buildings. Angalia town. In town kuna all these high, mpaka hapo kuna nyumba mingi refu, but ukiangalia each house after every block kuna kuanga na kachum kameingia. That kachum, the purpose of that kachum ni kupatia na space ili zisishikane na kupatia these other house enough aeration room, na pia sasa some sort of sunlight. Hautapata ati a lot of sunlight, but some sort of sunrise. At least there is the building code. If an architect can share with us the building code inasema how many meters. The best example nimeshaiona ni Vika Greens. Vika Greens wanakuzianga shamba. Wakikuzia shamba wakuziangi 50 by 100, the minimum they sell is 100 by 100, the minimum they sell. Wakisha kuzia hiyo shamba wanakuambia this is the maximum height of a wall unawezeka. That's a building code by a private developer. And then this is the maximum, this is the minimum, this is where nyumba yako inafaa kuanza. Wanakuambia after your perimeter wall ama after your wall ama after your boundary wall, this is the wanakuambia huwezi jenga nyumba yako hapo kwa boundary wall, lazima uingie ndani ya boundary wall a few meters, I guess about 3 meters or so. Yeah, so basically huwezi, kuna venye hiyo nyumba yako na ya jirani yako mkifollow those guidelines hamtaikosa jua na aeration na mtaishi the conditions zitakuwa very conducive for both of you. Unaona, because basically why are you buying a plot in Thika Greens? Why are you buying a house in Nairobi? Because and you can afford, you want a good quality of life. So basically that. So hapa the person to blame first of all ni urafi wa developer juu anataka ku maximize the space. Second is the architect, whoever drew the house. Thirdly ni the person who permitted the house, the building ni watu wa Kanjo, the county department of planning. Those are the 3 people to blame: the developer juu ya urafi, the architect juu ya competence, na the planning department because they wako hata wao ni competence na due diligence wafanyi. So basically those are the 3 people you can blame.
This is another building coming up right next to this one.
I moved into this area in 2018, 6 years back. It was a pleasant area, clean air. We have Muthii forest just across. And I thought that would be, this is it, this will be my retirement place. And then a few years down, gradually, things started to turn. Construction development came up next door.
I saw Emma2 pia aki
took the best part of,
you know, Emma2, is it Emma2? For people, you can correct me. There is this model, a supermodel wa Kenya, alikuwa ana complain of such. So it's something that it's occurring so many times to so many people.
6 months for me to recover. I feel the quality of life has now gone, has reduced substantially. So the works seem to continue over on the weekend.
City lawyer Alfred Nambere calls for a stop to what he terms as madness.
County governments are given power, very good power, to ensure that anybody who commences development which is not approved, they must immediately take action. Which action is this? Give notice to that person to demolish the development he or she is undertaking and ensure that the land is restored to its original.
Check hii nyumba. By the way, whatever the lawyer is saying, that's true. So the county government is 90% to blame. Developer na architect, ikifika kwa county government, who is now for the people, ni yeye anafaa kuweka stop to madness. Hebu angalia hii nyumba. This is basically an architect, a building built hata haina sunlight. Sasa imagine ingine ikuje ile side ingine ya nyuma. Side huku katikati haina any source of light. Hata the way it's built imedesigned to maximize on space. And then uende huko nyuma mwingine ajenge kama hiyo. So basically what we end up happening is very poor quality of life and very poor houses, and then watu waanze kusema real estate ni kuchoma, siku hizi hakuna rent. Yeah, basically that's what will happen.
Condition.
Another matter that plays out is that some developers tend to construct different structures from what is originally approved.
Each one of us as Kenyan citizens, we need to take individual responsibility, which includes reporting any incident, any activity which for you is suspicious, more so relating to, for example, who is it who is making an attempt to engage or commence construction on the plot neighboring mine.
Architects are well aware of this. We do have setbacks that are stipulated in the building code, 2.4 meters. You should take 2.4 meters from your boundary wall to the first.
Basically the point I just made, 2.4 meters, perhaps hiyo ndo sasa the architect code there. Sikuwa najua ni how many meters, but you umesikia, that's how it should be. So anyone anafanya, developers wakienda waanze sasa kucheza na space yao. You see, basically, yeah.
lit window that is bringing in light, and that gives you that distance from the neighbor's plot to your window, which is bringing in light, and that protects you so that whatever they do on the other side does not really affect what it is you're doing on your plot. Now, what has happened is that people are building without architects. They're not following the building code.
If you look at the responsibilities given to a planner, they have a responsibility to ensure that a place that is supposed to be developed is well planned. Issues of the master plan, the zoning is well taken care of. Issues of access, because you don't do building just for aesthetics, you don't do building just for show, but you do it for use. So, and for it to be properly used, it needs to have adequate access. You also have issues of water, whether how the
So hiyo story ya maji, hii place kuna shida ya maji. First of all, kuna shida ya maji ya kuingia. So even the facilities are not enough, so the county should have their game, especially in maji. Mimi nimeishi, I was there in 2020 and 2021 and I can tell you this, hata kama ni kwa wadosi, maji huko ni shida kubwa. Ilikuwa inakuja once per week, and then ikikama hata itoshi, inabidi mmenunua pump ya kupump maji to the tank. I remember the house I was living in, the landlord alikuwa ananunua maji ya tank once per week, at about 3,000 per rolly once per week. That's an extra 12k on top of the bills. Na ukumbuke hii nyumba unalipa almost 100 Gs so unapata landlord ile ndio wanatumia. It doesn't make sense by the way. It make zero sense hata why people even are living there, ama nika crash too. So what will end up happening ni watu watoke, and then let me tell you something. The reality is people are already vacating those areas. There was a house that was vacated in early 2020. Hiyo nyumba, I tried dubbing myself. Nilikuwa nafanya deliveries na motorbike hiyo time. Nikajaribu kuuza some real estate na kukodisha as an agent. Hiyo nyumba ilikuwa empty from 2020 to last year. It was a 3-bedroom apartment. Hizo za unasikia za code 4 zenye zinafika 4th floor. That apartment was empty up to last year 2023, the last time I spoke to the owner. All that time hajapata rent, na pengine amenunua hii nyumba, na hiyo nyumba alikuwa ananiambia iko worth 13M. We also tried to sell it. Alianza na 15M selling price, na unaona dola venye inapanda. Yeye ameishia, aliendelea kana drop almost to 11M ile bei alikuwa anataka kuuza hiyo nyumba. You can imagine. You can imagine. Na hiyo nyumba it's good, iko na mahogany floors. Yani nyumba poa, ni venye tu ni mzee, ikipakwa rangi tu inarudi back to normal. Na alikuwa anasema ukiingia anakupakia rangi inarudi back to normal. Na aliteseka kupata just a tenant. So watu wa yani uko hivi juu, hata na bei ya rent uko iko juu. I also have a story where someone I know alienda akahama nyumba in 2021. Ama ni 2022, somewhere there. Kuhama nyumba in 2022, amerudi kutafuta nyumba this year. Akapata ile nyumba ama 2020, late 2021, I guess ni late 2021. Imekuwa vacant all that time. Na ni hizi sasa zenye ziko na proper building codes. Meaning, uko hakuna hata, yes wanajenga, the rent wana expect, si watu wengi wanaweza afford hiyo rent, because unapata nyumba 2 bedroom ni 60k, 70, 80 depending on the facilities, and then upate nyumba kama hii. Nyumba uliuzio wakiuza, most of them even are selling off plan, wana speedisha, wana maximize on space. So the issue is that what will happen is it end up kukua rent itashuka. So this is it's anyone investing in this area, chances of dropping down iko juu. And then 40% of these houses are vacant in Kilimani nowadays. 40% of them are vacant. The rest zinatumika kama Airbnb. Another 50% of the 60% remaining ni Airbnb. Brothels ama hizo manyumba unazijua, na some shady activities. And then the other 50% ndo sasa unapata tu familia na watu wengine wanaishi. But most of these high rise, especially the high rise, mingi ni my Airbnb na my whole house. Nothing more to add on that.
The wastewater will be discharged from that building.
Patrick Analo is the county chief officer in charge of urban development and planning. He also serves as the current county secretary in Nairobi County. Analo admits that there is a challenge that Patrick Analo is the
He
county.
is the person to blame for me. If he is in the Department of Planning, he is the person to blame. And basically, he is one of the many people to blame in the county department, starting from the head, starting from Sakaja, the existing one. I know nyumba zimejengwa from wakati wa Sonko, from wakati wa NMS na nini, hata wakati wa Kidero. I know zimekuwa zikipitishwa. So those are the changes. But the person in power right now can start changes from there. You see, change can start from them. Wanaweza enda wasimamishe those projects, wazibomoe, waambie watu wazibomoe, they start afresh. Because the problem starts from here.
Chief officer in charge of urban development and planning. He also serves as the current county secretary in Nairobi County. Analo admits that there is a challenge that certainly needs to be addressed by the county government. However, Analo is quick to defend his boss, Governor Johnson Sakaja. According to the man, this is a challenge that cannot be squarely blamed on Sakaja. Other governors and county chiefs also bear a portion of the blame.
It's not fair really to put a blame on one or two.
But at the moment you are the one in charge. So blame yote inakuangukia. Si mwenye, you can, yenye ilifanyika, we can forgive you for that. But why is it happening right now? Yenye inajengwa sahi, why can't you stop it? Kujengwa. Yeah? Stop giving people excuses that the only way is up. Yes, but up in the right way. Yeah? We know the only way is up, but up in the right way.
Some of the structures you are seeing in these areas have taken 2 to 3 years to be completed. They were approved in years back, and I've given you
you can cancel those approvals, which is possible. You have the power. Munaenda si munafanyanga site visits. When you go and realize wameenda against the building code, ama against what you approved, you can disqualify that and request and enforce, because you have the manpower and the money to enforce that building isifanyike. Shida ni wale watu wanajenga ni marafiki ya watu, hata zingine ni zao, na another thing ni wamenunuliwa na wao. Basically.
Upon why some of those decisions were made, we take note of the concerns of resident associations from Kilimani, from Kileleshwa.
Analo acknowledges the challenge that developers do construct something totally different from what they have been cleared for.
So, see, developer people will always be cunning. That's why you have rules, and that's why you are there in that seat to enforce those rules.
We have a mechanism of addressing that. The city courts are coming back in order to help us.
Shida ya Kenya ni kila kitu city courts. You have the power, all you need is your signature. Go and then msimamishe hiyo mjengo. Ibomolewe ianze tena. Go do these changes. Fanyeni these changes. That's all you need. Shida ya Kenya ni tribunal of this, tribunal of that, tribunal. You waste money in creating tribunals that the tribunal give you reports that never help. Na the real problem haijafanywa. You are
prosecute illegalities around the development control and the construction sector.
As it stands, these areas have seen a decrease in value, which experts and residents alike opine is a major concern.
Apartments in this block were selling for 20 million. Now, if you're lucky, you can maybe fetch 15 million.
Hata 15 itakuwa ngumu. Who will buy such a house yenye inajua na ana fork 15 million? Hii utapata at the end of the day anauza hata less than 10M, because who will buy it? Who will really buy it? Unless those people doing shady businesses. Hao ndo utapata wamenunua hizi nyumba baadaye.
And I know people have started moving out, cashing up whatever they can. So yes, it's been a loss of investment for them.
Nairobi is projected to be a mega city by the year 2050, and experts say that it is unrealistic to expect these areas to remain as they were, with Kileleshwa and Kilimani expected to follow global trends like that of Hong Kong
And that's not the issue. You know, the problems with Kenya need diversion. This is not the issue. Even those, if you listen to those complaints by those residents, that's not the issue. I saw some video where the MCA wa huko anaitwa Robert Arai complaining. The issue is not high-rise developments. The issue is how it's being done. Hakuna mtu ana shida ya development. We know hakuna mashamba. Hata mimi nikuje niko na kanyumba hapo ka townhouse. Mtu anipatie good deal ya kumuuzia bomoya jenge high rise. I will sell basically. But the problem is not that. The problem is when now the building is being done. How is it being done? Are there amenities enough? The sewer line, hata sewer line ya huku by the ni mbaya. Na ni place wacha tu.
Where buildings continue to rise vertically to accommodate the growing human population. But at what cost?
Hii ni noma guys. I will categorically say that the problem we have is not, it's our leadership. And even as ourselves, we don't hold ourselves accountable. To hold each other accountable, because now man, hii Kenya yetu man, tume nini. So guys, you can leave your comments, leave your thoughts on that, and yeah, I'll be doing some reaction videos now and then, and about construction issues and everything. And wow, that's interesting guys. So see you next time, and be blessed.